I have a really important message to share with you in this video. Most traders, when they try to approach the markets and start making money, they pull up technical charts and they start charting things and they start calling directions and they say, oh, the Nasdaq's going to do this, or the gold market's going to go down, or something like that. They have these big ideas and they have these big opinions and they risk a lot of money. And what are they mostly doing? They're mostly pulling up technical charts, staring at it and trying to pick the right direction and hoping and praying that they're correct. In this video, I'm going to let you in on a little bit of a secret that I think is out in the open and not a lot of people are catching about trading and the financial markets. Most traders are technical traders on the retail trading front. And in this video, I am going to give you a little bit of an insight into what absolutely changed my trading career, which was when I put the technical charts to the side for a little bit and started looking closer at the fundamental analysis data. And you might be detecting, Nick, of course you're going to talk about fundamental data. You sell a software tool that scans fundamental data. And you are absolutely correct. And I should go ahead and disclaim that part of this video is going to be dedicated to reminding you that our Black Friday sale on the Edge Finder, which is our market scanning software tool for fundamental data, is ending very, very soon. But I want to go deeper than that here for a second. Before I share the tool with you, I just want to talk to you straight up. I, from my perspective, have managed a YouTube channel, Telegram channel, Discord groups, Instagram. I'm all over social media, and I've had countless conversations over my years of being a trader and my somewhat close to that number of years being a content creator. I've traded for like 8 or 9, and I've created content like 5 years or so. And I can tell you, I've had a lot of experiences with a lot of traders, and it's actually amazingly similar how everybody's story seems to go. And if this feels like you when I'm talking, I'm not trying to call you out or anything, but here's what, generally speaking, I see people doing. They load up technical charts and they watch a few YouTube videos. They search up things like best trading strategy, best Forex strategy, best option strategy, best futures strategy on YouTube. And there's somebody up there who has a really simple technical chart pulled up, and they basically draw support and resistance levels, trend lines, moving averages, Fibonacci's, all this simple technical analysis textbook stuff. And they swear by it and they say it's going to make them rich. And basically, traders wonder why they aren't making money. If you do the same thing as every single other person in the trading space, when you know most people in the trading space, and I would argue like 99% of people in the trading space are losing money, no wonder your results are not much different than them. So I did something many years back that absolutely changed everything for me, and I'm speaking as candidly as I can. Yes, I do have something to sell to you in this video. I sell fundamental analysis software. That is my company. That is what we do. That is what we specialize in. We build tools. So bear everything I say with a grain of salt, right? But let me tell you something candidly. Years ago, the reason I built the Edge Finder with my team is because years ago I pulled up listening to people who were very successful traders and are successful traders to this day. I pulled up people who manage a ton of money on CNBC and Fox and business TV channels, things like that, YouTube, people who had proven results, who have made a lot of money in the markets. And I paused everything. I said, I'm staring here at so-and-so's simple technical analysis guide on how to make $1 million in the market, like on YouTube. But I've never seen their trading account. But here's someone with a real track record, someone who manages a ton of money for a bunch of clients and has a proven success rate. Let me listen to them with open ears and just shut up for a second, stop trying to stare at technical charts and think about how easy the markets are. And it changed everything for me. I genuinely mean that once you start listening to these people, they're not talking about trend lines and moving averages. They're talking about what the Fed's doing. They're talking about business financials. They're talking about the state of the US economy and the global economy. And they're talking about, what kind of risks there are in the geopolitical landscape. My point with sharing all of that is that the people who I listened to who were definitely making money were not talking about technical analysis. Now, don't get me wrong. They'll still mention some simple technical stuff periodically when I listen to, and I'm speaking of people, again, broadly speaking, that have hedge funds, people who manage a bunch of money, who clearly have some sort of results in the market. And all of them, to a high caliber, almost all of them, are talking about fundamental analysis. Meanwhile, you go on technical trading, you go on YouTube and everybody's talking about technical analysis. So I paused and I said, well, let me look into this fundamental analysis thing. And oh my gosh, did I realize there's a lot to it. It's not easy. And then something clicked to my brain and I said, wait, so making money in the financial markets is not going to be easy? Well, there you go. The secret has been revealed to you. Trading is really difficult. In fact, it's one of the hardest things that I've ever done. But I'll tell you what did not make any breakthroughs for me was staring at technical charts like every single other retail trader on the entire internet. What changed it for me was actually looking at real world forces. Things like seasonality in financial markets, right? Periods of time where markets move a certain way, historically speaking, or looking at the growth rates of different economies. And maybe if the US is growing at a faster rate, maybe I want to be investing more in that direction, or maybe looking at the US dollar. And if economies around the world are slowing, maybe I want to, diverge more into gold long positions like I have done this year, right? I want to keep an eye on unemployment rate and interest rates and where inflation is. These things are not just fancy names or red folders on a Forex factory. These things are what move the market for real. It's the real data. It's the stuff. It's the real forces behind the financial markets. You know why I know that? Think about this logically for a second. Technical analysis is used by like a 0.01% of the global population, right? Very few people actually look at technical analysis when we think about the entire human population. However, how many people think about gas prices, the grocery store price, how much it's going to cost to buy a new car, what a down payment on a mortgage on their house would look like? What you can see is that fundamental analysis is everywhere. It's the forces of our world, and that is absolutely what moves markets. It's not, oh, a candlestick pattern just emerged and now that's why the stock market's rallying. No, that's not why. Maybe Nvidia had rockstar earnings and it propelled tech stocks surrounding it that do business with Nvidia up, and that drove the whole market up. Those are real forces. That is really what game changed everything for me in the financial markets, was no longer staring and simplifying the idea that, oh yeah, it's just a bunch of technical charts and that's how I make money. No, it's understanding forces at play, capturing what they are likely to do next, and riding those trends has made me the majority of the money that I've made. Another fascinating thing that I've noticed is keeping an eye on sentiment. I've gotten better over time, especially with the help of the right tools, to study sentiment in the financial markets. So for example, if I'm looking at like the euro dollar, and the euro dollar has been trending down, you can see the white line is the euro dollar's price. You can see that it's been trending down. Meanwhile, retail traders have gotten more and more long. And the reason I show you this is because sentiment is another fascinating subject or topic that you can learn about in financial markets. Markets are moved primarily by two strong forces. Number one is the fundamentals, right? All the forces of the world. But then number two is sentiment. When everybody's on one side or when everybody is on the other side, it can not necessarily move the market back the other direction quickly, but it can load the boat and make the boat very heavy on one side so that when the boat starts to flip the other, it can be pretty violent, if that analogy makes sense. My point is, sentiment is something that absolutely can be useful to spot ideas and opportunities in the financial markets, and part of our tools here are focused heavily on sentiment. So we have seasonality data, we have economic growth, labor statistics, inflation data, interest rates data, so much more. And what the Edge Finder also does is it helps you to string it all together. It puts all of it in one place and it says, okay, here's all this data that we're looking at, right? We're looking at retail sales and services PMIs and GDP. And if you don't know what all these things mean, don't worry. The Edge Finder makes it easy to understand. That is the whole purpose behind why we launched this campaign years ago, to build a tool that helps traders go through market data very quickly, understand it, but also generates ideas based on the data itself. So yes, this video in the end was kind of partially a sales pitch, but I genuinely mean it. Looking at fundamental analysis changed a lot of my understanding of the markets, and the beautiful thing about it is I'm learning more and more about it every single day. With the help of data, it is so much easier to look at fundamental analysis. Most traders, they hear fundamental analysis terms and they say that's too much, that's too scary. But with the right tools and data in front of you, it can actually be made really simple. The Edge Finder puts it all in one place, and it creates a way for traders to get not only all the data and look through it, but it's generating ideas based on the data that it is collecting and sourcing and displaying for our users. We have thousands of traders using the Edge Finder all over the world. Many people have joined us on this quest to basically approach fundamentals in an easier format and to employ them in your trading. If you don't have the Edge Finder and you'd like a copy, again, I speak with trading results. I'm not making this stuff up. This has been game changer for me. And if you want to use the same tools that I do, take advantage of our Black Friday sale. There is a link, promo code down below in the description. You can also chat directly with our support team. And if you made it to the very end of this video, I've got a special announcement for you. The very first link in the description down below on this video is a direct message link where you can chat with a member of our support team. If you click that link, they'll give you an extra 5% off just for watching this video through to the end. If you're somebody who is like me, trying to incorporate fundamental analysis, I know how much work it is. It is a ton of data to try and go through and understand this stuff, but don't make it hard on yourself. You're not a data miner, you're a trader. And if you want to be a trader, you need the right tools. I am a trader and a data miner. My company, my background is in software engineering, and I absolutely love building data tools. And as soon as I started building them for myself, people saw them in my videos and they started requesting for them. We hired a team of people. We've got 10 people total at A1 Trading behind this stuff. And we're absolutely passionate about building the best tools, and they're only getting better. It's a one-time price to get your access to the Edge Finder. This is our biggest discount that we do all year long, so do not miss it. All the information for you is in the description down below. Have a great day.